Hey friends, how you doing today? Today I wanted to go over some chord movements. So we're going to be doing like a D minor kind of groove. And I learned a lot of this stuff from Robben Ford. So he's like a killer guitar player. If you haven't heard of him, I'm sure you have. He's great. But I saw him live down here at Soil Dove in Denver, and it was probably one of the coolest shows that I've ever seen. I mean, his band was just slamming at the time. It was with some of those Nashville's guys, and man, they were just crushing it. So I wanted to kind of go over some stuff that I've learned from him, and this is some chord movement. So it really makes it interesting as a rhythm player, and I'm sure it makes it interesting for the rest of the band to play along with you too. So you're kind of doing multiple things on one chord and on the 4 bars. So let's go ahead and kind of show you what we're working with here, and this is what we're trying to get to, and then I'll break it down and make it a lot easier for you guys to, we'll slow it down and make it pretty simple so you guys can follow along. So here we go. Again, we're in the key of D minor, and we're going to be using, to start with, just some normal D minor shapes. So here we go. All right, so to begin with, we're going to start with just like a D13 chord. So you're just going to take like your normal D minor chord. So you could play it like this. Add the pinky on there. Or I like to play it with a thumb, kind of just makes it easier for me. And you don't even need to play that the finger right there on the octave, so it just kind of gets in the way a lot of times for me, I've noticed. So yeah, I would just play like straight across like this with the pinky. All right, and so to make some movement now, we're going to kind of basically, if you take your 4 chord and you just put your, let's see, your middle finger there on the root note, it's going to make, and then you'd be muting this 5th string here, the A string. You're just going to kind of add some movement to that 1st chord by playing this variation. And now the wonderful thing about this kind of trick right here is that you can move it through the 1, the 4, and the 5 chords. So if we start on the 1, so you kind of get the feeling right there. So let's kind of go through that, kind of just real straight and simple so you guys can follow along. So yeah, when you get to the 5 and the 4, since it's like a half a bar there, you would just kind of I wouldn't do the second part of that variation we were doing. We just kind of take the 1 chord and move it down. So again, that's just your 13 chord. And just move it down. So the other things I was doing is it's great when you use your thumb, you can add kind of the pentatonic on top of that. So it makes it real simple to kind of add the groove of the pentatonic onto that. So So another kind of movement thing that I like to do in, say, like a groove like that would be kind of this walk down of your minor chord here. So you just start with your regular. And now you can move, all this is movable, so you move it to the 4 chords, same shape, same everything. So now we're in G. And since we're going with that half a bar there, we're going to go. So we're going to play that in time, kind of make it grooving for you. So right there, I'm just kind of taking double stops with that minor chord. You just play the same shape and you just move the chords that you're hitting. So that's kind of got a cool effect there on your 1 chord. And you can again do that with all 4 of the chords in this progression. And let's see, what another cool thing you can do is like that same thing I was just showing you, where that kind of minor walk down. It's kind of vary the rhythm on that, so you can kind of give it more of a kind of groove and feel on that. So. All right, and so the next thing we kind of do is this cool, you would just take like your regular minor 4 chord, like if you're just playing like your minor 9 chord, and then you just, so you would play that. There's how you would start on the 4 chords if we were in D. So this would be your G chord, the 4 chord of the song. So you're just moving that note on the G string down. All you're doing is switching those 2 fingers back and forth. All right, and then you can also play that. So like if we did the whole groove with just that chord and that movement right there, we could start here in on your 1 chord in D. So. Yeah, so those are just some tricks I learned from Robben Ford that I really think are cool. I play a lot, and I just kind of like the movement that it creates. It kind of creates this kind of vibe, and instead of just playing, just your straight, which is cool too, but maybe just do switch it up on a couple different bars, so kind of switch up the song, kind of giving some life to it. So, anyways, my name's Anthony Russo, and let's go over the gear real quick. This is a 2013 Les Paul 54 reissue. It's got the wrap tail. Great guitar. I'm going through a 66 Vintage Deluxe Reverb there, and I do have the tremolo engaged, kind of giving a little more movement since we're talking about that today. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and make sure you subscribe and like the video. I'm kind of in this for the love and the subs, everybody, so we'll see you next time. Cheers.